So a no spend here, you become deliberate about only spending on essential things. The marketing strategies that have been used to make us buy has really been vamped up. Nowadays, even by just thinking about something, it comes on your feed. If there's something that should make you want to do the no spend here, it's for you to look back out of your income. How much have you been able to save? 2025 is a year where you take control of your finances and enter into your rich woman era. So if you're ready, join me. So for those who don't know me, my name is Julia. I make content around personal development, finances, growing your money, growing your business, and just growing yourself all around. Okay, so if you're interested, kindly join us, because we are resetting our lives. And we cannot move forward if we do not reset our finances. So we are heading into 2025, as I said. If you've not watched my video about resetting our lives heading to 2025, so this is resetting our finances, because guys, we say we cannot move forward when our finances are in shambles. We have to put our finances in order for us to thrive for the next year. When you talk about no spend year, we're talking about a year where you focus on limiting your expenses to only essentials. Okay, and it's a mindset shift. When you start on this journey of no spend year, yeah, which is very, very important, you get your money financial freedom. Yeah, you are able to reduce your money anxiety, and you're also able to focus on your long-term wealth, because that is the goal of no spend year. When I was thinking about resetting our lives, I thought there is no way I can end this video without talking about finances, because finances is one of the most paramount thing in our life. We cannot deny that finances make our world better or make our life a bit easy. So it's only important for us to also consider our financial situation, where we are currently at, so that we are able to see what are the things that we can shift, what are the things that we can work on, what are the things we can even start to just look at, so that we do not take the same bad habits that we have had. Because the reason why we have probably had a very hard year is because of our finances. If your financial life is not okay, so many things, you will not be okay, because you need money to make life. You need money to make life go round. You need money to be able to do a lot of things. Money buys a lot of things. That is the truth of the matter. Especially in this current situation, guys. In this current situation, it is so important that we get our money right, so that we don't have the same money issues going to 2025, especially on this culture where we are keeping with the Joneses, we are keeping up with our neighbors, we are buying everything that is available, and on this consumerism society where everything is floated in front of our eyes. There's nothing that you can watch right now that does not have advertisement. Either you're watching paid television, or you're watching YouTube, or you're on Instagram or TikTok, whatever platform you're using to just watch, you always find yourself, they are trying to market something. So we have to be cognizant of the fact that the marketing strategies that have been used to make us buy has really been vamped up, you know? It's not like the old days where we only used to see advertisement on the billboards. During my time, one of the biggest advertisement was a blue band, billboard. That was the only thing we could see. Yeah, and I think Weetabix to think like they need to buy for us the big blue band, the 1 kg blue band, because that is the only thing we used to see. But on this current society, the things that are being flooded day in, day out on our socials is just out of this world. Okay, so what happens is that when you are kept stimulated by this consumer or this advertisement, you end up finding yourself and let me tell you, the shocking thing is, nowadays, even by just thinking about something, it comes on your feed. Just by not saying, not talking about it, you've not even shared with a friend or a family member, and it's just, you find it, you open your phone, and that's the first thing they put on your feed. You can't even explain how they know what you want. That's how marketing strategies have become. So we also have to come up with ways to combat this marketing, so that we can be able to safeguard the money that we work so hard for, okay? Because if the marketers are upping their game, we also have to come up with a strategy of salvaging our money. These small monies we are able to make, we are working so hard, so it's only right for us to also protect ours, yeah? Because it's like everyone is coming into our own basket to just take. And at the end of the month or at the end of the week, you don't have money. You don't have anything to show for yourself, okay? So a no spend year just enforces the need for you to protect your money, yeah? So when I talk about no spend year, because you have been stimulated enough, and because the advertisers know what you want, you have to start to radically step back, radically cut back on spending only on what you completely need. And let me tell you guys, in this modern society, even our wants have become our needs. All of a sudden you're just like, I can't live without this thing. Like I cannot see myself without this handbag. I cannot see myself without that watch or something. We have changed our wants to our needs, and we demand to see those things in our lives immediately, not yesterday, immediately. So we end up accruing debt. We end up mismanaging our money. We end up at the end of the year. Let me tell you guys, if there's something that should make you want to do the no spend year, it's for you to look back out of your income. How much have you been able to save? It's like we are all in the same marketing targeted, society. So when I say, when we look back at how much we made the whole of 2024 up to October, because we've been starting to reset our minds and reset our money from October. And it's not because probably your income was low. You can try and beat this thing around and say, oh, my income was low, but didn't you buy a shoe? Didn't you buy more shoes than you needed? It's not just consumption when it comes to just material things. Some of us can go overboard when it comes to just food items. When it comes to just cleaning products. Three of this that does the same thing, right? So when I say, I'm not just talking about buying clothes, buying handbags. I'm saying even on the things that we think we need, we end up over consuming those things. Because you don't need 5 cleaners. You don't need 5 brands of shower gel, right? We can agree on that, yeah? So what no spend does is just to cut down on your essentials so that you only buy what you need for this coming year. So you're going to go back and see where have you been spending your money excessively. You need perfume. You need to use a perfume, but how many of those fragrance do you need in your closet? How many of those things that you've bought this year do you even wear, right? So that's what I'm saying. We are going to go back, recheck our behaviors, recheck on our overconsumption, and then I will sit down. I said, guys, when you're truthful, when you sit down and you're truthful, you will see where you have missed the mark. You will see what you need to change moving forward. And because we cannot continuously beat ourselves, that at the end of the year, you have nothing saved out of your income, out of your income that you can show off, the money that you kept aside for yourself, money that you paid for the kind of work that you've done. And when I say, as we say, I'm paying myself by buying a handbag, that's not paying yourself. That's paying the person who is selling the handbag. When you decide to pay yourself, what means is that you are saving money for the future, for your future, that the future you will look back and say, thank God I forgot that handbag to be able to save into my future, okay? Are we Are we together until that point, right? So when you decide to do a no spend year, you first have to come up with set financial goals. And when I say when you set financial goals, because again, why are you resetting your finances? It's because something was wrong this year. So you want to do a change moving forward. Okay? So you have to come up with set clear financial goals. Yeah? One, you're saving towards your emergency, because yeah, I said about this in the last video. Emergency crop up now and then. You're saving to pay debt because you've been taking up debt now and then. So now you're in debt, and that is one of the things that is stressing you out to this point. So you want to correct that situation. So you are going to not spend to pay debt, right? You're going to also maybe decide, I'm not going to spend money because this is a year where I start investing on my portfolio, whatever portfolio you choose to invest. This is a year where you want to change your job, because you can't change job without having a saving. Things just happen. So this is a year where you want to change job. You want to change job. So you have to start not spend, so that come 2026 you can be able to make that decision comfortably. You also probably you want to build a home. Yeah, you have to make sure you know how much is needed to build a home. So you cannot continue spending the way you're spending and also have development moving forward. So what no spend does is it cuts down so that you're able to restructure your finances and able to put money away to do that thing that you want to do. It will help you with your impulse buying, because you've been on Instagram buying, check, you're buying, you're DMing every person because you've seen. And I'm telling you guys, everything your feed brings to you is because they have looked at you. They know exactly what you want, so they bring exactly what you want and what you think you need in your life. Okay, so you've been impulse buying. You've been buying things with the money, even the money that you could have saved. You've been buying things with that money. Okay, when you do a no spend challenge, it means you pull back. Yeah, you can decide. And let me tell you, you cannot do a no spend here and still continue being on social media. Social media is like a drug. You can't stay away from it. You're taking a moment like this, and then you find you're back on Instagram. You take a moment, you say, I'm not going to check my, and every 5 minutes you're picking your phone. So you have to also make a deliberate decision of how much time you spend on social media to just avoid that urge to buy, right? So it helps you to start enjoying the things you've already bought, right? Because when you see things you want to buy, you think you need an extra pair of shoe. But when you're forced not to buy, you start now appreciating the things that you've been buying, the shoes that you've been buying, to start now wearing them, right? So that you stop always chasing something, or because you will always find a new shoe, a new handbag, a new something on, you will always see something different. So this gives you control to just take back and enjoy the things that you've already bought. Okay, no spend here helps you to start looking at free activities around you. We sort of got to a place where we don't think we have any free activities, that we can do anything free, that if I have to meet my friend, we are going for coffee, or we are going to spend money. So it's always, any social gathering means spending money. And that's why most people never show up on social gatherings, because if someone is doing a birthday and they are asking the people who are attending their birthday to pay a certain amount of money to attend their birthday, so all of a sudden people are like, I don't think I want to go on that birthday, because nowadays birthdays are on steroids. Like, we have a theme, we have a cake theme, we are going out, we are paying on this restaurant, we are paying this amount of money. So when you decide not to spend money, when you make that decision not to spend money, when someone calls you on this birthday that spend money, you just say, I'm sorry, I wish I could come, but I am on no spend. Yeah, because I have something that I need to work. I'm working on something financially. So you will not show up on these things that require you to spend so much money. Yeah, and something else is because also the people who are your friends and the people who are your family member will have to come up with an activity that does not require you to spend money. Yeah, probably you can come over to my house, you can bring something to my house. Like you decide you're gonna bring maybe chapatis, you're going to bring pilau, you're going to bring drinks, someone else is going to bring chips, and then we just sit down and eat and play board games and watch something, or we just we play games in my house. So we end up not feeling like we have spent so much money going out. You understand? So you start looking at ways to enjoy, to have social gathering without necessarily spending so much money. Even when you want to take your kids out, you start looking at, can we go out for walks where we don't spend money? Like, can we just go and not spend money? Or can we carry snacks from home and go somewhere we can, or we cook from home, carry the food and just go and enjoy? So you end up cutting costs. When you do not spend, yeah, it helps you create healthy financial boundaries, right? Because we have this appetite of spend, and then it's driven by availability of credit. And when I say credit, I'm talking about in simple terms: taking up loans, mobile loans, bank loans, friends loans, because you want to acquire so many things because you've seen this, you want this. And because, let me tell you, our world is so big, but it has become so small because of social media. You could build a glass house until the social media came into play, and all of a sudden you're able to see people from other countries and what they're able to achieve. So that trickled down to pressuring people not to just build for themselves, but build to sort of a show off, right? Like people can say, can you see that glass house? Literally, like it's completely, the walls are for glass. Those are things that we saw when social media was made available, right? You only work with the amount of money that you have, not borrow to do that thing. So for example, you want to buy something and the only amount of money you have is, let's say, 30,000, right? So you spend 30,000 because you're not going to borrow you're not going to borrow to buy a bigger thing, right? And if you need to buy a bigger thing, what that means is that you have to put the 30,000 aside, add more money so that you can be able to get to a goal of maybe 50,000 and buy that thing. Let me tell you, the waiting period of where you want something and you're not able to quickly end up buying it, it's such a restraining thing that is not nowadays practiced. People want things now. You want that thing tomorrow. So if it requires you to go to the bank and borrow money, if it requires you to take a mobile loan to buy that thing, that's what you're gonna do. So you prefer to even take the loan and pay later. And even nowadays they have buy now, pay later, right? There are some companies that tell you can take that thing and then you can pay for it slowly because you want that thing now. Yeah, no spend here just tells you cannot spend money that you don't have. If you do not have money, you don't spend money. It helps you build your money skills, or it can help you. So now when you take a step back from buying, it's like, let me tell you what it happens when you buy. You don't take a moment to just see. So when you say, I'm not going to spend money, and I'm not saying you don't spend money at all. You spend on the essential, your rent, your food, and even the food. And I told you guys, you have to monitor when you say food, what is the food? Because sometimes we end up overspending on food, and then we waste the food because we bought more, or we bought more than is required of us to eat. Does it make sense, guys? So have you ever gone to the supermarket and seen someone take a trolley and they went to buy food stuff? They're taking bacon, they're taking chicken, they're taking sausages, they're taking meat, they're taking meat of different cuts, they're taking chicken of different cuts, they're taking chicken breast, chicken thighs, chicken. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So you overconsume even on the food category, right? So when you remove yourself, you take a step back, it helps you see the wastage in even the food buying. You can start now to educate yourself financially, and just, let me tell you guys, I told you guys on the last video, contentment. Contentment is great gain, because you just walk into the supermarket. This week you need to eat only chicken. Buy chicken, my dear. buy chicken. You can put chicken on, I don't know, rice. You can eat chicken with ugali in Kenya if you're in Kenya. You can eat chicken with mashed potatoes. And then next week, buy meat. You can eat meat. You don't have to buy all sort of meats. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, you don't have to buy everything because you want all these things for 1 week. One, because you're in the supermarket every other week. Most of us go to the supermarket probably every Sunday, yeah? Because we don't want to stock up a lot of food items. So you go every Sunday. So you go next Sunday and buy the... So this week we ate meat. Next week you can eat chicken. The other week you can eat liver, if that is your... The other week you can eat pork. You don't have to buy all these things all at once. Because let me tell you, when you do all these things, you end up wasting. And let me tell you, take this time to observe. If you buy a lot of grocery, you end up wasting. And why are you wasting money? And why are you wasting the money that you worked so hard for? Right? So you're going to... This is the time for you to start evaluating your budget. See where are you leaking money? Because you're not spending that much. Walk in the supermarket and buy only what you need for that week. And see the household being able to manage what you've bought for that week. Guys, I keep telling you guys, when you watch this video and you do and you implement these things, and come below and comment and just say you for 1 week. So next week when I'm posting another video, if this video was helpful in terms of you managing your money, just comment below and say you tried the method of 1 week grocery shopping and manage and see how much money you're able to save. And when you go for shopping on Sunday, you don't go back to the supermarket until the next Sunday. Make do with what you have. No one is going to die because you didn't go shopping for bacons. Use what you have in the house, guys. Use what you have in the house, right? So that's what I'm gonna say. So this is the moment where you start seeing how much you've been using, right? Let me tell you guys, something else you need to do is a no spend year helps you to look at your monthly budget and reflect on it. Yeah. So guys, we are so oblivious to the fact that we spend so much than we think we do. So if someone asks you how much do you spend per month in your household, you might end up saying, oh, I think we spend 30,000. No, double that amount of money, guys. Double that amount of money. Why? Because we end up always underestimating how much money we spend. So you are going to take this time to see October, November, December, 3 months. Do an average of 3 months on your grocery shopping, on your food, totally, like your whole household spending, and see averagely how much money do we spend in this household. Yeah, 3 months is the best average to see. Just, it will give you an average of how much you spend. And let me tell you guys, you're gonna be shocked. I am telling you, you're going to be shocked, because you think you spend 50,000. No. You think you spend 100,000. No. You're gonna find you spend double that amount of money, right? Or even triple that amount of money, yeah, in your household. So these 3 months will help you come up with a budget, so that you start thinking, no, where are we spending this amount of money in this house just for food? Or where are we spending this amount of money only on cleaning detergents? Or why are we spending this amount of money on our fuel? Because probably we are not merging our errands. Because when you merge your errands, you're able to do so many things. So when you leave your house, you go to the cleaners, you go to the supermarket, you pass by I don't know what. So you're able to do everything at once because you're saving on the fuel, so that you're not... Every small thing you leave the house. Every small thing you leave the house. So you're able to merge all these things and able to save on your cost of fuel. Yeah? Right? That's what I'm saying. So take this time to really, check, write down. Take your receipt. If you're using your credit, if you're using your debit card to shop, just take your debit and sit down with it. If you use cash, sit down with this. This is the time for you to sit down and see how much do we spend in this house. Where do we need to cut? Because we want to build our financial muscles moving forward, right? So what also no spend does, let me tell you guys, if you live in if you're in a partnership, or you live with your spouse, or you live with your husband, it can help you even get to a place where you're spending only on one, you're living off one income, right? When you start no spend here, you will see we don't need to spend both our incomes. If my husband is bringing 100,000 and I'm bringing 100,000, probably we've been doing a lot of wastage. Moving forward, what can we do? Let's see if we can cut back and be able to live on one income and save the other one. Can you imagine how much money, or how well you're able to do, or how well you're able to reach your goals if you're just able to live on one income and use the other income for investment, other income for development? Can you just take a moment, and just imagine if you're to flood this idea to your spouse, and you decided to be on the same page. I'm telling you guys, it's one of the most powerful tools. Let me tell you, the things that you've been thinking you cannot do, it will take you 1 year to do so many things because you're living on only one income. You're not denying yourself. You've chosen to live the way you are living because of where you see yourself going. And if you're living alone, or if you're a single parent, you can even be able to decide we're only going to spend 60%. We can start at 80. So now I have checked my finances, for example, and I see we spend 80% of our income, or we spend, let's say, 90%, right? And I'm saying I'm gonna take control so that come next year, I only want to spend 70% of my income, and then the 30% will go towards a certain project, a certain thing. Yeah, you choose where you want to put your money. We can't all be on the same goal. So you want for emergency, you want to pay debt. Can you imagine if you're able to put 30% towards your debt, or you're able to, if you're in two household income, you decide one income goes towards debt, the other income is for the household. My God, 1 year, you've destroyed the debt. 1 year. You can't imagine 2025, end of 2025, the things you would have done. I'm telling you, if you just cut, we are overconsumption society. Guys, in this modern consumer society, I dare you to be different. I dare you to stop spending just to see how much money you can be able to save. So you guys, if you like this video, please subscribe, because I've seen most of you have joined but have not subscribed. If you like any of my videos, subscribe, join this community, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.